SRP tips from markers. Today we're going to think about planning and the difference between controlling variables and having a control experiment. The difference between controlling variables and having a control experiment. So when you have a look at these experiments with plants, there are some really obvious things that are the same in every single experiment. So we've got the same light. We've got the light intensity on each plant is the same. We've got the same plant in each experiment. They're in a pot of soil. Presumably the soil is the same for each experiment. And they're all being given 4 drops of water. So same amount of water for each experiment. Now those are variables. So you're controlling the variables. Same light intensity, type of plant, type of soil, amount of water. So what is a control experiment then? So a control experiment is what we're comparing things to. So think back to the hypothesis. It's likely to be what is the effect of fertilizer quantity on the growth of a plant compared to no fertilizer. So when you look at these experiments, which experiment has no fertilizer? It's this one. So this experiment is your control experiment. The control experiment is the plant with only water. Also, when you're planning, you need to make sure that you have consent from any experimenters that you are working with, so any humans that are involved in your experiment need to fill in the consent form. It's also possible that you have designed an experiment where an ethics committee needs to give approval. So that'll be an experiment where perhaps you're using animals or you could be putting somebody potentially in danger. Check with your teacher and they will advise whether you need to have ethics committee approval before you start your experiment.